bigtractorpower.com is here at the 2016 National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky. We're here with Stuart Maxwell of AGCO, and we're going to talk about the newly unveiled Fendt 1050 tractor that was introduced on the show this past week.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the National Farm Equipment Show in Louisville, Kentucky. Yes, we've just introduced the new, recently launched Fendt 1000 Series. And 1000 Series Fendt, a new tractor for North America and the rest of the world. A tractor that's going to be a game changer, open up some eyes, and is very, very exciting. The model comes, the 1000 Series comes in 4 different models: 380, 420, 460, and 500 horsepower. So pretty exciting unit there. So whether you got a small frame articulated tractor or a large frame wheel tractor, we've got a package here that can take the place of both of your tractors and do it quite efficiently. Let's go through the tractor a little bit here. Up front we got different size of weights and everything else that we have. We have over 18,000 pound of load carrying capacity on our front hitch, so you can put a lot of ballast up here when needed. And of course, very simply drop it off when we don't need it. Looking at the front axle assembly and that, we have a parallel linkage independent suspension system. And what's unique about the front suspension system on the Fendt 1000 Series, and of course it's a parallel linkage, is not only do we have multiple disc brakes per side internally for both sides, but on the parallel linkage, once a wheel hits a bump or whatever and the tire raises, it keeps that full face of that tire always on the ground. And of course the primary purpose of suspension is to always keep that wheel to the surface. So it increases your traction, controls wheel hop, and provides a better ride. Up front here you'll see new styling on the Fendt system. You'll see a slightly little different maybe color of on the tractor. That's the new forest green that we just introduced with this tractor, and eventually it will migrate into the rest of the Fendt
I guess
series.
we can kind of compare that color to the Fendt 930 over here.
Right. Look at that front, nice stylish grille and everything else. Located right in the diesel ROS, which is our Fendt symbol, is a camera system, so you can actually have visibility of everything up front, whether we're running an implement up here or whatever. Let's pop the hood open here quickly. And you can see that we have now a new concentric air system, or basically a independent fan of the engine. The fan system under full load will only take 8 horsepower to run, and of course it's hydraulic, but not operating off of the tractor hydraulic system, not operating off of the engine, but operating actually off of the front differential. So very controlled system. It's also a programmable, reversible fan, so you can go in and set up a time or an interval, how often you want it to reverse and how long you want it to reverse. So you're in dusty, dirty conditions, it will reverse and clean the system right out. Moving along here on this bad boy, we've got new trailer board tires and everything else, and you'll see a big footprint on the back as well as the front. We can run singles, duals, or triples front and rear. And we can also go row crop. This is a row crop system where we can go down to 30-inch rows. On the tractor, you'll see Vario Grip. Vario Grip is a system developed by Fendt, and it's an onboard system where we can actually go in and set a field pressure as well as a road pressure. So we can dial in the air pressure specifically for the field or road conditions. And what that's going to end up giving a customer in the long run: longer tire life, better ride, lowers the compaction, increases the traction in the field. So lots of adjustments and a variability with it. Big footprint on the tractor back end here. Okay, you can see wide open steps. We'll come to that in a little bit here. The tractor itself is, of course, using the next generation of the Fendt continuously variable transmission. Fendt developed the original continuously variable transmission, went into production well over 20 years ago, and now we're stepping up with the next generation of continuously variable transmission. In the transmission, we actually split the power, so half of the transmission is controlling the rear drive axle, half of the transmission is controlling the front axle. And the front and rear axle can be ran independently of each other depending on the need of the system. The unique thing about it is, rather than going into a corner or into a turn on the headland to turn and have the back push you, it's going to be a pull-in system, meaning that if I was going to make a left turn as an example, it's going to direct the power to that front left wheel to pull me through at the shortest possible angle. Quite unique system. Yet, when I need it, it will engage four-wheel drive or disengage four-wheel drive. A lot of it is all automated now so that there is no or fewer or less switches inside the cab control. Moving along behind here, of course you can see I'm 6 foot tall, and you can see how big this tire is. There's a lot of rubber on the ground here. Excuse the belly.
It is. It will be.
Coming along to the back of the tractor, of course, different options as far as the tractor goes. We can order the tractor up with or without the 3-point hitch system, with or without the PTO system. So if you wanted or chose to have a flat back system, you could go that way. Cat 4 or Cat 5 drawbar system with a heavy-duty 1000 PTO. Yes, the PTO is on there. It's 1000 economy. Now, hydraulic system. This is where we separate the men from the boys. Here we have a wheel tractor that's going to have 113 gallon a minute of hydraulic flow available. And we can prioritize two different systems. We can prioritize one side, or we can prioritize the other side differently. Along with the Fendt management system internally, as we have done for many, many years, we can take our hydraulics and we can move them around the tractor. Meaning that if I plug into the yellow remote, but inside the cab I want to use, say, the green valve, I can actually take it and reassign it so that the green valve up in the cab operates the yellow. Or vice versa, I can move it around the cab. Again, it's about convenience, about productivity for that customer. Okay? You'll notice that we have other additional hydraulic flows. We've got Power Beyond, as we offer on some of the other tractors. So the Power Beyond is load sensing. So we can put out our full flow out of the coupler here, going out to our implement. The load sense will control the one side of the pump. Everything else will return back here. We also have hydraulic brakes available for trailer, as well as air glands for trailer brakes as well. The tractor is, like all Fendts, has air brakes, and we make it available for the trailer or other items that's being pulled or whatever. Okay, moving along here to the other side, you can see different buttons on the fender. Naturally, we can lift and lower the 3-point hitch. We can also start and stop the PTO. We could also assign on the other fender, or this fender as an option, we can put other hydraulic buttons in here to have the ability to adjust any other hydraulic flows or whatever for hookup. Coming along this side here, you'll see different weight packages that will go with different tires. You'll notice the Vario grip system in here with the hoses. Quite a unique system, because even if these hoses were cut, we're not going to lose any air pressure in the tires. There is a check valve in the system, and that's what the small line does, is it has to be pressurized to allow air to go in or out of the tire. So it's a built-in safety feature. On the right-hand side, of course, a nice step going up to both the right-hand side of the cab, and you'll notice that there's a wiper on there that runs about 280 degrees, a rear wiper as well as a front wiper. So we're trying to keep that cabin area open for the operator. Nice big step to come in here. Hydraulic side on this side. Behind here we've got our 24-volt start system. So you got two big 24-volt batteries, 12-volt charging system, which is a little bit new. Now, we didn't talk about the bad boy engine underneath here. We've got a brand new engine that's not new to Fendt, but maybe new to North America in some respect. 12.4 liter MAN engine. The MAN, of course, is a very, very popular, very, very stout and strong German-built engine. Very long history, well over 100 years in engine business. But this is a new concept called Fendt ID. And this engine, maximum RPM is only 1700 RPM. And of course, maximum torque is developed at 1000 RPM. And this little bad boy here develops 1775 foot-pounds of torque at 1000 RPM. So what's that going to do for the end user? Lower RPM, and if I lower the RPM but still do the productivity at the end of the day, hey, less fuel, less wear, and everything else. I did a quick calculation the other day, and if I was to take 350 RPM off the normal operating RPM over a 600-hour year, that's roughly 12 million revolutions of that engine. So that's a lot of wear and tear just by lowering that RPM. But also being able to produce the power on less fuel. So that's quite new. It's tucked in there. The emission system on it is an SCR system, so selective catalytic reduction. There is no filter to change. There is no regeneration to do. It's one of the Fendt concepts that we've been working on for quite some time. And if we could show you underneath the hood, on top of the engine, we have a cavity that's the length of the engine and about 1.5 feet high, where you can actually have the valve covers off if you wanted to in about 10 minutes or 5 minutes. There is no oxidation catalyst or nothing underneath the hood. It's all right in here. And like all Fendt products, Fendt will be and is the lowest total fluid consuming tractor in the world, meaning both fuel and urea. Very, very, very efficient. Let's come on around here. And we'll get up in the cab.
What they do in Canada would be is a lot different than how we're going to farm it.
Do you want to cut it for?
Oh, we're all right. We've just salved up.
Up in the cab, you can see it's been a busy place at the National Farm Machinery Show. But once you step into the operator's station, you're going to notice a few changes, especially if you're a Fendt customer, even if you're a new customer. Big, wide open steps, nice and easy to go in there. We've taken the buddy seat, of course, in there, training seat, and actually moved it back a little bit, relocated it, plus leather. And with the Evolution seat in there, another Evolution leather seat, you've got full balance control. It's a 6-way adjust or 8-way adjust seat, I guess it is, with air, and you can also have air conditioning and heat in the seat. So for those long days, you can keep things going. Over on the right-hand console, you'll see we've cleaned up things a little bit, reduced a lot of buttons. Everything's color-coded in the tractor, so anything that's basically yellow in the tractor identifies PTO. Anything that's green in the tractor identifies front axle or suspension. Anything that's blue in the tractor identifies any hydraulic usage. And we've done that for quite a few years now, so it really starts to simplify and so people can identify. Anything that's orange is related to speed or cruise controls. So it's very easy for an operator to jump into this tractor, start it up, and be booking her down the road at 33 miles an hour very quickly without any training whatsoever. Air conditioning system, we've actually taken this cab and increased the glass size by over 8%. It is our X5 cab that we developed a few years back in that, but we've reassigned and remanaged some of the real estate inside. So we've got a different feel, cleaned things up a little bit. High-end Blau-Plunk stereo system in the unit and everything else. But one of the neat features is, of course, through the Fendt Varial Terminal and Fuse Connected Services, which is AGCO's technology side, this unit is one of the first of many Fendts where we can connect virtually anybody's system through our terminal. So we can run anybody's steering guidance system through the terminal, the tractor through the terminal, the implement through the terminal. And it's all touch screen and it's color. Nobody else in the industry has done this yet, and that's where Fendt is driving the technology to go. So you want to run a Trimble? Let's put a Trimble receiver on and let's go. Plug and play. Okay. Very nice, comfortable cab. Of course, all Fendt cabs are suspended. This is no differently. A very nice suspended cab, along with the Evolution seats, along with the front suspension. You have a beautiful ride for those long 18, 20-hour days. With that, that's the 10 series or the 1000 series Fendt. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for the tour. Definitely look forward to seeing this in the field and probably pulling some big implements and turning up some dirt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad to get out there and tear some dirt up.
Can't wait to see it. Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you. It will vary according to what it needs to do.